Hey guys, Marijka, Milton Public Library, and today I am bringing you mystery books. So let's get started with that. The first book that I'm going to bring you today is called Finally Something Mysterious, and this book is by Doug Cornett. All right, so Bellwood is a small town, and within this town is this group of kids that call themselves the one and onlys. They are called this because they all are the only children of their family, so they have no siblings. One day, 100 yellow duckies appear on Mr. Babbage's lawn, and the whole town is just like stumped by this mystery. But the one and onlys are excited because they're all, of course, little children detectives, and so they decide they have to solve this mystery. And the first thing that they reckon is that it has to do with the bratwurst bonanza that's coming up. And Mr. Babcock is the reigning champ of 4 years. So someone is obviously trying to play a trick on him, and they are going to figure it out. So they start to interview and try to get all of the secrets from the people in the town, and it all comes out in a kind of like funny way, and some other pranks start happening, and it's really just a funny, exciting book, and you don't really know the mystery until it is revealed. So that is Finally Something Mysterious by Doug Cornett. The second book that I have for you today is called Me, Frida, and the Secret of the Peacock Ring, and this book is by Angela Cervantes. So Paloma is a Mexican-American, and she is fixing to go on her first trip to the interior of Mexico, which is rather nerve-wracking because she doesn't speak the language so well, and she also, although she feels like she should, have better ties, she doesn't necessarily have like those internal ties, even though this is her, family's home country. So she's also going to be staying in the city that was the hometown to her dad, who died when she was very young. So there's some mixed feelings there also. But when she gets there, she as she's trying to improve her Spanish, she comes upon this Frida house. Frida is the famous artist, and there is the mystery that within the house, the drawn to the mystery of the lost ring, and she decides that she's going to figure this out because she, for whatever reason, just has to. So it's really just an exciting bit of sleuthing, and it is interwoven with this sort of like cultural discovery. So it's just a really fun book and has a lot of really neat ties. And I don't know of any books, at least that I have come upon or recommended, that has a Mexican culture tied, especially in some sort of mystery and a detective. So this is kind of a neat little addition to the detective genre for middle grade. So again, that was Me, Frida, and the Secret of the Peacock Ring, and that is by Angela Cervantes. The third book that I have for you today is called Greenglass House, and this is by Kate Milford. So this book takes place at the start of the Christmas holidays, and Milo is looking forward to spending time with his new family. He has recently been adopted by. The family does own and run the Greenglass house, which is a hotel, but luckily for them, this holiday season is not a time where they really get any guests, so they are all very, very excited to be able to spend some quality time together. But of course, because this is a book, that does not happen, because all of a sudden all of these people start checking into the Greenglass house, and they are overrun with all of these guests, leaving their holiday ruined. But with them comes this series of mysteries, and then it is revealed that they all somehow have ties to the Greenglass house. And now Milo, with a new companion that he has met, end up making one of the most memorable Christmases ever, and trying to find out how all of these people are connected. So it's just a really fun story that takes place in winter, because as it seems here, we are never getting out of it, so we might as well embrace it and read about it. So that is The Greenglass House, and it is by Kate Milford. The last book that I have for you today is called The Case of the Haunted History Museum, and this book is by Steve Brezenoff. So this book takes place at the American History Museum, and Wilson is 10 years old, and his mother works at the museum, and he has befriended other children of museum employees, Amal, Rainey, and Clementine, and they all decide that they're going to meet up. And while they're there, they see that someone has used a black marker and graffitied on one of the flags in this museum. And so the kids all tell one of the security guards, because they're very concerned. And he gets on a ladder and he looks, and he is very, very shocked at what he sees. So the kids all decide to venture off into different areas of the museum. And in these areas, they all find different graffiti in each of these areas, and decide that they need to figure out who has done this. So a new security guard has started working, and they tell him, and he thinks that they did it and blames them for doing the graffiti within the place. Luckily for the kids, someone who knows all of the children sees this happening and stands up for them, and then recommends that maybe they befriend the security guard's son, who seems pretty lonely. And once they try to do that, they realize that the security guard's son is just as not nice as his father, and they decide to carry on with following the graffiti and trying to figure out who has done this. So it's a really fun and suspenseful book. Oh, that was hard to get out. And it has a really great message about treating everyone fairly and living your life without prejudice. So yeah, it's just a really great book with a good mystery and a good message. So that is The Case of the Haunted History Museum by Steve Brezenoff. So those are my books for you today, my mystery books for you today. I hope that they sound interesting to you, and we here at the library will be releasing our summer stuff very, very soon. We are very excited about that, so keep looking out for that to be released, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.